We're focusing on your fairway woods, and the answers you've given us indicate you have what we would call a pull hook, so a shot that starts to the left of target and then curves further left through the air. Now this tells us that the main issue with your golf swing is an excessively closed face. When the face points to the left of the direction of the swing, the ball curves to the left through the air, and the more the face is closed, the further the ball will curve. So the starting point with your golf swing has to be delaying the closing of the face to reduce how far left the ball goes. If we delay the closing of the face enough, we will get the ball to finish on target. At that point, you can look at the shape of the shot and decide whether you want to make further changes to your golf swing, or whether you're happy with the shot and you continue playing with it, in which case you've cured your pull hook by focusing on one simple aspect of the golf swing, which is the face alignment at impact. To begin with, it's useful to understand what the club face actually does throughout the swing. As we swing from the setup up to the top, with all golf swings, there's going to be quite a lot of opening of the face. So the club is rotated around its shaft to the right. You can see the toe moves back behind the heel, and this is the face opening. This means we all have a very important job to do from the top of the swing back down to impact, which is to reverse the opening and return the club face to an appropriate position for the shot we want to hit. Now in your case, you will have the opening of the club face, but you'll also have excessive closing, and that means by the time the club arrives at the ball, the toe has overtaken the heel and the face has closed. So what we need to do is slow down the rotation of your club face back towards the target so that we can delay the closing and arrive at impact with an appropriate face angle. So there are two things we're going to look at. The first is the relationship between the hands releasing the club and the hips turning towards the target. If we make a downswing where the hips are slow, the hands can very easily overtake and close the face into impact. On the other hand, if we speed up the hips, we have a harder time releasing the club early, which means we delay the closing of the face. So this added hip turn is effectively stabilizing the club face into impact. Now the second thing we're going to use is the logo of the glove to give us feedback as to what the club face is doing. At setup, the logo of the glove is pointing towards the target, as is the club face. But you'll notice very soon into the backswing, the logo of the glove will start to rotate and point ahead of you. And this rotation is matching the rotation of the club face, which is opening. If we bring the club down and rotate the logo of the glove towards the target and beyond it to the left, you'll notice that the face has closed. On the other hand, if we make the downswing that we've just described using the body more aggressively, and the club face comes down open, the logo of the glove is still pointing ahead of you. So this is a good point of focus to feel whether the face is going to be open or not. So if we take this to a practice swing just inside the golf ball, the first thing to feel is from the top of the swing, you're rotating the hips towards the target, and that in turn is delaying the release of the club, which is delaying the closing of the face. The second feeling to focus on is the fact that if you really exaggerate this, the logo of the glove is pointing forward. Now of course that would mean that the face is very open, and we've gone from hitting the ball to the left to hitting the ball to the right. But for the short term, that would be quite useful feedback, because you've now felt the two extremes and you can work on the in-between. And that simply means easing back off of the feeling of rotating the body towards the target so aggressively. So of course it's a case of calibrating how much we need to use the hips to be able to delay the face just enough to straighten the ball flight and not too much that we start missing to the right. So have a few practice swings, smooth first so that we can focus on the feelings. Your starting point is the hips turn towards the target as soon as you start down, and your second thing to feel is that the logo of the glove is still pointing ahead of you as it approaches impact. Once this feels okay with a smooth swing, speed it up. So you want to feel that you're actually making a full speed swing and you can still feel these particular movements. And when you feel you can do that, it's time to hit a shot.